One shot. Let's begin. Ashita Shinu, or Will Die Tomorrow. The Rehearsal by Oruku. So, this is a collection of short stories, and it's about people who will die the next day. Um, yeah, so strong themes, and keep that in mind as we read the last part here. So let's do our best. This was translated by. Oh no! Oh no! 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 This was translated by. Must be endless. Let's begin, everybody. Aruko Rehearsal. His last request. That day, the sunflowers were in full bloom and radiant. He came and said to me, "Hey, Masahiko, are you free right now?" "Huh? Sumugu, what are you doing here? Want to rehearse my funeral with me?" "Huh?" Let me make the voice more to say. "Want to rehearse my funeral with me? Huh? My parents care about saving face and all, so I don't think they'll do one I like. So I want you to do my real funeral." Wait, no way! What the heck are you talking about? But aren't you on that bed right now? Please, it's my last request. After the cremation, my remains will come back to the house at the dawn. Sneak in and steal them for me. What? You want me to be a thief? Please, it's a request from the dead man himself. And to replace the ashes with this. What is this? Sand? Your parents will notice during the ceremony. It's okay. I've been sick for so long, so I don't think there'll be any bone fragments. What? And put me in this box. What? A cookie tin? You're not a dog or something? I don't want to be stuck with all the oldies. I want to be alone. Please, Masahiko, get me out of there. I feel like I'm gonna burst into tears. Now, let's go rehearse. It's like a ball of pain. It's hardening in my chest, and I want to cry like a little kid. Masahiko, where's your bike? I sold it. I didn't really need to ride it anymore. Your precious bike? Yeah, but there's nothing I have that I call precious anymore. Shreen. How do you want it? Should I buy flowers? Oh, you're right. Steal some field sunflowers for me. Got it. Sunflowers don't really fit the funeral image. They're too bright. Ha 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 ha. A bright funeral would be great. I almost want you to set it off. Fireworks! Oh, ho, ho, I love this hill. What should I do? What should I say? This warmth I feel at my back is definitely a living person. But the shadow on the asphalt is just mine. Is this a dream? But cicada cries, and the sun on my skin. They're both intensely real. We were neighbors, so I can't even remember the first time we met. Every day we would climb and run down that hill. Hey, Masahiko. Yeah? That girl in your class, Takahashi. What do you think of her? Ah, that super feminine girl? I don't really think anything. Yeah, that's her. She asked me out. So what do you think I should do? That moment, a sharp pain flashed through my heart. I was jealous. Now then, we'll begin the funeral rehearsal. Suzumu Sumugu-san, 20 years old. A round of applause. Come on, Masahiko. Concentrate. Remember how it goes, okay? You're doing the real thing alone. Yeah. What are these? Funeral guests. They've been with me since I was a kid, so they'll definitely have to be there for the real thing, too. Now then, we'll hear from the best friend of the deceased, Shiro Saki Masahiko-san. A memorial speech, please. What? Starts. Huh? This is ridiculous. There's no way I can do it. A memorial speech in front of the person? You're still alive. In the first place, I can't accept this. You could magically get better tomorrow. I want to hear your speech, Masahiko. I was closer to you than anyone else. Think of it as a farewell gift to me. Please. realized my feeling for Sumiko, I was really deep into it. High school year. Even though we were together since we were little, when I looked at him again, Shreen, hot. That sweat at the nape of his neck. I want to lick it. Not only lick him, I want to strip him, push him down, and do all the things I want to do. But I heard somewhere that you don't make jerk off mature out of someone you love because you'll ruin it. I spent many nights, hot nights, in anguish. I think Samugu was a good guy. He was good at studying, was popular with the girls, and he seemed perfect. Why did Sumugo get sick? I kept thinking about that. Since he was so high quality, maybe God, if there is one, wanted to get him back quickly. I don't know who I should blame. Is it God? Cancer cells? Or myself? At first they said he was just weak. Masahiko-san, please go in. You could talk to him. But I began to sense the adult's lies. Masahiko-kun. I ran away. If I saw Suguma waste away, I felt like my heart would cave under the weight of reality. I can't live on without blaming someone. I don't know what to do. I'm already so scared. If you died, I might grumble. No matter what, I can't prepare myself to live without you. Masahiko, I hear you're a college student now. Congrats. Yeah. You're going to take over the clinic. You must have worked hard on your medical studies. How's campus life? I'm so jealous. Get better soon, and you can catch up. My face is weird, right? Even my eyelashes fell out, and I'm so puffy from the med. Masahiko, will you kiss me? Huh? I'll have regrets if I die without ever kissing. At this point, boys will do. You're going to get better soon. Hurry up, the nurse is going to come. I have germs, though. Can't you hear a sick man's plea? Hurry up. I think Sugumi might have said that on purpose. He probably knows about my feelings. After the speech, burn these things for me. I'll leave this bag with you. There are some books, photos, and grade reports, and the stuffed animal guests, too. And burn all these letters you gave me, too. These are love letters, right? Nobody has to know about us. Is this okay? Photos and things like that are important to your parents. I don't want the people I leave behind to cry every day. I want to get rid of everything I can. That's impossible. There's no way everyone can fill the hole you leave behind. And scatter my ashes in the ocean with your hands. We always played here, so I'd like to be here. And that's the end. Forget about me, Masahiko. There's no way I can do that. Please, don't go. That's my last request. Don't be sad. Smile for me. I can't. It'll be bad for a bit, but you'll be totally fine when some time passes. Fall in love with someone else and be happy. I'd like it if you could think of me once in a while, though. That's impossible. Take care of yourself. Goodbye. The next day, at dawn, the phone rang. 2 days later, Shreen. Like an actor who mistakenly showed up, I sat at the funeral. Everyone said he's too young, it's too soon, as if that were the only thing written in the script. But I still had things to do. In the night, I stole him away and rode my bike to the ocean. Don't be sad. Smile for me. The shard of Sumugu's body dissolved into the sand, the ocean. It would be another 60 or 70 years before I could go there. But compared to the life of this planet, that's so soon, right? Sumugo? Let's see. Doc, my son kept saying he has a stomachache all this time. What if it's a weird disease? Ma'am, could you wait in the waiting room for a minute, please? Now, could you tell me what you ate? I won't tell your mom. I ate a bunch of red squishy berries in the garden. Ah, wild raspberries, huh? They're good, but you shouldn't eat the ones in the field. Thank you so much. Yeah, Doc, you're handsome today, too. We have period cramps. Please give us some meds. Hey, now. Don't come every day to see him. You're bothering us. Doctor, it's time for house calls. Quite some time has passed since then. Sumugu's parents moved away, and the neighboring house became a vacant lot. Got it. Some things change, and some things don't. Masahiko! And today again, Heya! Sumugu runs out from the field of sunflowers, totally unchanged. House calls. Can I call home too? You just show up whenever you feel like it, huh? Aww. That's sweet. That's sweet. I really like this one. Yeah, I just really like this one here. I don't know why I got especially choked up at one part. Um, what is it here? This part. Forget about Masahiko. That's my last request. Don't be sad. Smile for me. Yeah. You know? I think that might have been it. But there's, a moment where I paused here. So, I think that this is a good one-shot. I think that this is a self-contained story. It does what it needs to do. And one thing that I think is a bit of a tragedy, too, is like, when he asks him to burn everything, and this part here where it's like, nobody has to know about us. Is this okay? Photos, things like that are important to your parents. I don't want people I leave behind to cry every day. I want to get rid of everything I can. And there's one of two ways I could take this. Way number one is that, like, he wants to get rid of any memento so that nobody will know about him. The second is that he doesn't want anybody to know he's gay, right? And because if he did, that would, like, make everybody sad. Because, again, attitudes were different then, right? Yeah, and I think this is a good one shot for, let's go from the top. One of the things that I've had trouble with this series here, and I don't think it's a bad thing, I think it's just bad for YouTube, is that the sex just happens, like, boom, like that, and it's the focus of everything here. And I think here, like, this, like, desire you have, it's a lot more, like, subtle, right? Well, maybe not subtle when you say, I want to lick it. I want to strip him down, push him down, and do all the things I want you to do. But there is a heartfelt sincerity to it, too. But I heard somewhere that you don't make jerkle material to someone you love because you'll ruin it. And that's something where, and I spent many black hot nights in anguish, where, like, I could see that loving somebody so much that you just don't feel like, masturbating, right? I could see that, where it's like, oh, okay, right? And that's where it's like, all right, that's like a very strong sense of desire, and I appreciate that. Versus them like, hey, let's just have. There's no sex in the in the hospital room like that. And I like the like little, it's here like, hey, he got jealous here, and he's prodding too, and it's clear what's going on here. I like the bunnies here. They're cute little guys here. They have to be there for the real thing too, right? Where it's like, hey, we gotta listen to them. Now, I think him having a difficult time coping with his friend's death, the little kiss is good here, and him being scared of him dying, and then this might be the only, well, no, this isn't the only story, but I like how when they go past it, he still does all the things that need to be done, and I like how Masahiko, he's clearly sad, he's clearly distraught, but he's still doing his best to remain strong. Like right here, you can see he's like happy and joyous and doing his best. And then, but you still see these things here, like, no, I have to be strong for others here, right? So that way, when they see me, they won't see and remember somebody who's sad and, whatever. Instead, he's like, hey, let's end my memories on a happy note. Would you remember me? You know? And that's my last request. Don't be sad. Smile for me. Fall in love with someone else and be happy. You know? And then this face here is like, oh, that's wonderful. And then I stole him away. Don't be sad, smile for me. Like, I think this is a beautiful thing. If there's one thing that I wish that I could add on to the story, and of course, this is still a beautiful ending, right? I like that this parallels the beginning, right? Like, boom, it parallels this, and then the parallels, this with the shadow, and he's not there. I like how that parallels that. I'm always a big fan when things do that. But if I had to do, like, one small thing, I would be that, like, I kind of want to see him give the speech, actually, because it's called a rehearsal. And I think the idea of rehearsing a funeral is so beautiful. I read this book called Tuesdays with Maury, read it during college, and every year I try to teach it to my students. And, I don't know if they get it, or if they appreciate it, or if it's just a teenager mind, but it's one of those books that, like, they do say where there's a living funeral, and that is one of the most beautiful things to me. Why do we wait until somebody is dead to tell them how much we love them, right? Why don't we actively, like, tell them how much we care about them? And, this rehearsal is kind of the epitome of that. And I think this could be beautiful, and, like, and this is like an add-on, and I think the story is good and solid as is. I think the author got the envision. I like it, told the story, great. This is just a thing, like, if I could add something, not change necessarily. I'd like to see him go and tell the story a little bit more. But there's still this beauty of him not saying much, right? Where he's just like, hey, I win it here. And like an actor was thinking he showed up. I sat at the funeral. Is it because he doesn't know how to act here? I'm not quite sure. And this is the thing, as if that were the only thing written in the script. So maybe in his rehearsal, he's like, no, they're not honoring him properly. They're just doing this, that, or the other. But here they're doing their best, right? And there's something gentle about this story, which I appreciate. It has a gentle love to it. And I think that kind of comes through in all of this. And I love that so much. I love it. And yeah. This is probably, I don't know if this is my favorite story or if the first one's my favorite story. They are both really good. They started strong and they ended strong. I don't know, they're both really good and they both tell good stories. Maybe, I don't know, this one didn't get me with the twist there. Or this one got me with the twist here. This one, I think it delivers on the story it meant to tell. Man, I don't know if I can really rank them like that. But this is good. I needed this stuff here. We do like a little series for a while. One-shots are nice, but I do want a bit of continuity. But, I gotta do the whole ethical thing as well. Where gotta make sure it's not published here. Yeah, I guess we will... There might be a manga I could do. I would just need to check if it's ever published in English. But until then, with all that being said, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for being Borneo. Peace out.